Hey everyone, Merry Christmas and welcome back to Sandro Says. This is Alex and Ziggy here to tell you about one of our favorite Christmas movies. A movie that has entered our rotation, actually been in our rotation I should say, since the beginning, since the first time I saw it way back on Betamax as a kid. It slots right next to Christmas Vacation and The Grinch. Of course I'm talking about that classic Muppet Christmas movie. Not that one. No, not that one either. That one. A Muppet Family Christmas from 1987. Let's talk about it, but first, if you don't mind, please leave a like on the video. Right, Zig? I was first introduced to A Muppet Family Christmas, like I said, on Betamax. It came out in 1987 when I was only 1, so I don't really remember seeing it live on PBS or whatever. But my dad recorded a lot of stuff back in the day on the good old Betamax, so it became something that we watched every Christmas. This wasn't the day of streaming or YouTube or anything, so you couldn't just go find stuff. And Blockbuster didn't have this movie, so our Betamax copy was very important to me. However, somewhere in the 90s, the Betamax died, we moved on to VHS, and I didn't have the copy anymore. And then in 92 or 93, A Muppet Christmas Carol came out. So whenever I went to Blockbuster or the library or something and asked for the Muppet Family Christmas, they gave me A Muppet Christmas Carol. So that just made things tough. As far as I could tell, the movie was never released in the 90s on home video or anything, so you just had to hope to catch it on TV. However, it wasn't shown on TV. It wasn't really that popular of a special, it seemed, especially once A Muppet Christmas Carol came out. That became the standard Muppet Christmas thing to watch. More years went by. I still couldn't find it in Blockbuster. And then in 2000, 2001, 2002, somewhere in there, they came out with another Christmas movie. And this one was just more bland crap that I didn't really care about. I liked Muppet Christmas Carol, but this one I just didn't like. I really just wanted my original Betamax Muppet Family Christmas back. And finally, I found a pirated version on eBay, was able to get that VHS, was able to rip that, put it on my computer, and then last year they finally came out with a Blu-ray, so I at least have an official Blu-ray copy of it. Now, let's talk about the movie itself and why it means so much to me. If you're at all a Muppets fan, a Sesame Street fan, a Fraggle Rock fan, it's for you. If you're a Jim Henson fan. Basically, the plot is that Fozzie and the Muppets, Kermit and all them, they're heading to Fozzie's mom's house to spend Christmas with her. Fozzie's mom, however, is planning to go, I think, to Barbados or some kind of beach or something. She's going on vacation herself. She doesn't expect them. And then the third thing is that Doc and Sprocket from Fraggle Rock are renting Fozzie's mom's house for Christmas, so he's going there for a nice quiet Christmas. So all these things converge. Fozzie's mom has to cancel her trip. The Muppets invade the house, and now Doc and Sprocket are there. And Doc he's just like, all I wanted was a nice quiet Christmas. He keeps saying it in his fun little voice.
You promised me a nice, quiet Christmas.
You think you're disappointed? I just took 3 months of surfing lessons for Zip.
He's used to all the Fraggle Rock stuff, so I don't think he wanted this, but it's a fun little, plot point. And then a little while later, carolers come by, and it's Sesame Street gang. And I guess they weren't just carolers, they were just like, hey, we're going to squat now, too, because they plop on into the house. So it's this cabin in the woods, and it's filled with Muppets and Jim Henson characters, and they're all bouncing around playing with each other. There's a lot of fun little bits. There's an icy patch at the door that people keep slipping on, and as soon as they slip on it, people yell out, watch out for the icy patch.
Watch out for that icy patch there.
Big Bird is there, and basically Big Bird is trying to avoid the Swedish Chef because the Christmas turkey was what Swedish Chef was going to cook. But then the Christmas turkey, trying to save his own ass, was like, hey, look at Big Bird. Isn't that thing pretty big and amazing? He could feed everybody. So Swedish Chef is like, oh my God, I have to get that bird now. And then they have a cute little moment where Big Bird gives him a gift, and Swedish Chef, it reminds him of home, and they become friends. So now Swedish Chef is going to cook a vegetarian bird, themed meal, like something that Big Bird would eat. So that's pretty cool. All in all, the Muppets are just messing around with each other. The other major plot point is that Miss Piggy has decided to stay in the big city, whatever it is, filming commercials and modeling and Christmas shopping, and now there's a big storm. So she's on her way, and she can't get there. So Kermit's all nervous. He's worried about her in the storm alone. And Doc, who has been annoyed by the Muppets, he's slowly warming up to them. And he's like, you know what, Kermit, I'm going to go out, and I'm going to help you I'm going to go find Miss Piggy for you. So he heads out. While that's going on, Kermit has his little nephew, Robin, who they introduced in the 80s. And Robin is in the basement. It's like, hey, I found something cool. And Robin and Kermit go into a Fraggle cave. And sure enough, Fraggle Rock is down there, the whole Fraggle Rock gang, and they're celebrating their own version of Christmas. They don't call it Christmas. I don't think they have a name for it. But basically, they're celebrating each other, and they're giving each other gifts. So they have this one really cool rock that each year someone gives to someone else. And it's just the same gift going around, but it shows that when you have meaning and you love someone and you care about friends, it's not the value of the gift, it's the meaning behind it. So they have a cool little scene down there. So now you've involved Sesame Street, Fraggle Rock, and the classic Muppets. And then there's a scene with the Muppet Babies, too. And it's not even the animated Muppet Babies. They do a full-on animation with puppets. A full-on scene with puppet. And I don't believe the Muppet Babies had been seen like that before or since. So it's actually the 4 Jim Henson properties all together at once, which I don't believe you've seen at all. That's something that's pretty rare. So the story wraps up. Miss Piggy is saved by Doc. She comes in. They all sing a Christmas medley and have fun with each other. Everyone's singing. The screen is literally wall-to-wall Muppets. It's every possible Muppet you could want or imagine is there. I got to mention this. Oscar the Grouch is there, and people are bunking up with each other because there's no room. So Rizzo the Rat, one of my favorite Muppets, is like, hey, do you mind if I bunk with you? And Oscar's like, sure, I've never had a rat in my dumpster. That sounds awesome.
What about Oscar?
No, I'll be nicely miserable in my trash can here.
Hey, maybe I could bunk out here with you.
I never had a rat in my trash can before. That might be nice.
Hey, everybody.
So it's just, there's a lot of cool little bits. Statler and Waldorf are there. They're friends with the mom. So they were invited of their own volition. They're not there because they're Muppets. They're there because they're friends with Fozzie's mom, which doesn't make sense because she was going on vacation, but whatever. It's fun. So I just love this movie. I'm happy that I finally have it and I can watch it whenever I want now without having to pirate it or go to Blockbuster and hope they have it this year. That's what things used to be like. You used to have to go to Blockbuster and hope that they had the Christmas movie you wanted. Because if not, you'd have to hope it was on TV. There was no DVR. It was like, let me catch it on TV. So, and it's a great Christmas movie. If you have a chance to watch it, there's a lot of great songs, a lot of laughs, and a lot of fun. It's one of my favorites. And it's also pretty cool because at the end, Jim Henson makes an appearance as himself, a cameo. Him and Sprocket clean the dishes. So that's pretty funny. He's, I don't believe he appears in many, if any, of the properties at the same time as the Muppets. Usually it's in like a documentary sense where he's talking about them. So here it's breaking the fourth wall that, hey, the guy that's voicing Kermit and puppeteering Kermit is here on screen. And it's one of the last major productions that Jim Henson was involved with before he passed. So it always has a special place for Muppet fans and things like that. And I grew up with the Muppets, especially around Christmas. I'm going to show a couple little pictures here. Basically, my family has been involved with the Muppets since their day one. They've just been huge fans of them. We have Kermit in Santa outfits all over the house. We have a Kermit from, I believe, Macy's in 76 that my great-grandmother stitched a Christmas outfit for, and I'm going to show that now. It's just, when I think Christmas, I do think The Muppets, and The Muppet Family Christmas is a great movie. So if you have a chance to see it, please check it out. And otherwise, Merry Christmas. I will see you in the new year, and have a safe time with your friends. Enjoy yourselves.
The Weather Service reports that barometers are falling sharply. Oh no! Ah!